Hey guys, welcome to the video. I'm 1442 Stuart, and in today's video we're going to be continuing the series where I document and tell you guys all about my adventures through Azeroth. Since leaving off last time, where I'd just been first introduced to world quests, world bosses and a whole new bunch of mechanics, I continued to find more campaign quests, which will be our first topic. When I wrote the 40 hours in, I said I completed the campaign, at least the story section of it. I was wrong, although there was a big graphic on my screen telling me I had, so how much to blame I am, I don't know. But anyway, I've been going further into the campaign of Dragonflight, finding even more quests, which I'm completely overwhelmed with, which is why I'm trying to just focus on the campaign quests so that I can actually make some progress to report for these videos. Along my journeys further into Dragonflight, one of the monsters I killed dropped a Primalist infused box, which resulted in a piece of gear at item level 385, which is like 50 to 60 higher than any of the dungeon items I've had, way higher than the current quest rewards I'm getting to. So I've stayed in this area for a while now. I found a cape, a one-handed weapon, and 3 or 4 more boxes, but those boxes rolled for another class or another item material type, which is definitely depressing, especially since apparently they only sell to merchants for 5 gold. As I've carried on through the story, I had a 3 to 4 day hiatus from where, when I came back, my passive skill trees had been reset, and that blew my mind for about 3 to 4 hours, as I remembered, reallocated skills, reallocated points, changed my bars, changed my action bars, changed my hotkeys. Yeah, it was a fun little 3-4 hour experience. I've also taken it upon myself to make all of my action bars accessible by using the control and the shift key. When running dungeons, this makes it extremely easy to just dump all of your cooldowns and make everyone immortal for a little while. Couldn't see any major changes other than a key node at the end of the restoration salmon. I'm pretty sure this happened because it used to proc off of a crit, and now it's preset to proc off of a certain amount of casts, meaning it can't just happen all the time and proc like crazy, keeping everyone healed up. I've been keeping my usual pace as I continue dungeons every 3 or 4 quests, but as I've got further into Dragonflight, like I said, I've found myself overwhelmed with the amount of available quests and all of the different content on the island. So this has forced me to tunnel vision, and this isn't a dig at the game. I'm not saying it's too scattered or too all over the place. When I say that, it means I'm overwhelmed as in me. That's just because I know plenty of people who are MMO players who much prefer the huge variety of quests and the ability to get lost in a single map for days upon days and experiencing all the little different parts of the map and doing that quest which leads into this quest and completing every single quest line and every single little bit of... That's not me. But they like that all that content all condensed into one zone, which WoW definitely enables the player to be able to do with this latest expansion. I'm definitely enjoying the game a bit more after hitting max level, just because of the itemization that opens up. Now that I'm max level, I feel that the armor and the pieces of equipment that I actually equip that are above item level 320 to 340, I feel like it can be used, where it's not a complete waste of time or just something I'm going to sell to the vendor. But now that I'm finding these Primalist infused items that blow everything else I have out of the water, but they can also be upgraded at either Orgrimmar or the hub city of Dragonflight. I can't remember verbatim exactly what the quest line said, but they are currently at the upgraded status of 2 out of 3, and they're rated 385. Upgraded should make them at least 400 and maybe even more, so if I continue to farm this area alone, I should be able to be geared reasonably well for the next 20 hours of World of Warcraft. Unfortunately, I only found this area at the end of this 20-hour section, so I'm contemplating continuing to farm this area whilst grinding reputation for Dragonflight. Speaking of the main quests and reputations that I've been chasing for 20 hours, seems to have found a stop for me at least. I found myself at the point it's telling me to grind 3000 renown and to make a key for some vault I can't remember the name of. So I asked to open a certain thing. I hope at the end of this it will give me the availability for a new raid after I open this vault, or after I get this for 3000 rep. I haven't been consistent like I did with the first 40 hours. I did that over a much smaller period. This I've spaced out over the period of a week, but I hope to find a consistent group for raiding sooner rather than later. Although with the update to Wolfson and the update to Last Epoch, the content I need to pump for the channel makes this much harder thing for me to achieve. No excuses though, I will be raiding on WoW before you know it, getting told that my gear is wrong, talents are wrong, and that I'm playing with my monitor turned off. I'm really hoping to delve deeper into the endgame of World of Warcraft. I rolled a healer for my first character to make it easier and enjoyable for the first, group content. but I'm more than considering rolling a new toon and making it a DPS. Maybe a Death Knight or a Demon Hunter. Let me know in the comments below which one of the two you'd prefer to have me talk about, explain, and just discuss further in World of Warcraft. After all this, I think my goal for the next 20 hours is to get my healer to mythic healing capability, when I can get the ability to actually make some consistent gold and get consistent gear, which I also need explaining to me. I don't quite understand the new loot system. I was always told it was need greed system, but every dungeon I've been in, the loot just pops straight into the bag for you, if you get the item, that is. I'm not sure how the loot is determined, but I've had plate drop for my class, I've had cloth drop for my class, even though my class is spec to only equip mail. But yeah, just like the last two, if you're still here, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Alright. All in all, the latest 20 hours in World of Warcraft have been a consistent growth in my character's power, consistent growth in my understanding of the world around me, unlocking flight paths, unlocking flight new skills and new ways of dealing with different encounters. I'm still looking forward to the next 20 hours. I hope more of it will be group content, because as I said earlier, I found myself completely overwhelmed with the amount of side quests I've grabbed for myself. I hope to keep this series going on the channel, and I'm looking forward to experiencing my first mythic, or finding my way to gear level required to do it at least. I'm also enjoying a lot of the open world content and questing. Ironically, that's quite rare for me. I'm much more of an enjoyer of an instance content dungeons and other things like that, coming from Guild Wars 1 where everything was pretty much entirely instance based and you had to take out the required things to survive this instance. It's unpredictable. It's been immersive, the Outworld has, much like Guild Wars 2, but unpredictably and not completely over the top grindy. I've found my renown, however the hell you say that word, has grown passively alongside this, also unlocking new looks, new trinkets and other little things. It's just passively happening as I'm doing anything I'll be doing outside in the map, like boss fights or weekly quests or just any quests that I've found. But yeah, it's I'm finding it to be useful around Dragonflight as well, and the Dragonflight system is also amazing, making the exploration and the questing seem a bit more enjoyable. There will be more videos just like this one coming up, and way more content on the channel surrounding WoW, Last Epoch, and way more. So thanks again guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, peace.